What is their secret fantasy of you? Welcome. This is the Venus RX Oracle deck that we'll be using to answer this question. And you'll see here that I have laid out 4 piles for you, and I'm going to use my makeup here to distinguish each pile. So this is a sensual, seductive, love, romance deck that I'm using, the Venus RX deck. So it's excellent for answering this question. And you'll see that we have here 4 piles, and you're going to ask the question and then choose your deck. So the first pile is going to be this blush. The second pile will be this lipstick here. And then the third pile is going to be this white eyeliner. And the fourth pile will be this eyeshadow. So you're going to choose one of the piles for your answer. Okay, so we are going to begin with the first pile. What is their secret fantasy of you? If you chose the first pile, then you chose the one with the blush here. And we are going to uncover the cards. And this is a first look at the Venus RX Oracle deck as well. So you'll see that the first card is Antidote, which is a message of sacrifice, past life, lovers. And the last one is Quarrels. So this is very interesting here. It seems like you may be in already a relationship, and it seems like this person who has a fantasy of you, who wants to be with you to either a sexual or a longer committed idea here, they want you to make a sacrifice. So they're asking for you to make that move. The antidote is about being a little bit more against the angelic realm, in which maybe even seeming like the bad guy to a sense, and the antidote card wants you to sacrifice maybe your reputation in that sense. And love never dies, past life lovers. This may mean that the person who wants to be with you, who has a fantasy of you, they are really somebody that you've been with before. They can be an ex or a lover from the past. Okay, so when we put this together here, their secret fantasy of you is that you would sacrifice some of the things that make you very positive and come into this place where you guys could reunite your love. The last card is called Quarrels. It's a message of juxtaposition, which means that whatever it is that you choose here, especially if you choose to abide by this fantasy, that you're probably breaking up some sort of partnership that you currently already have. If not breaking up, then you guys are going to hit a very strong confrontation, right? So the person who has a fantasy here of you, they want to see you unlock this perfect image that you once had, to sacrifice so that you could be with them. And that's that. The second pile is going to be the one with the lipstick. We are going to uncover the cards to see what the Venus RX Oracle deck has for the message. What is their secret fantasy of you? Okay, so the first card is the Makeover. Physical transformation, Venus in the 8th house. Okay, now the Makeover card is interesting with this kind of question. It really speaks to something physical, so we'll talk about that. Then the pink water. When I give pleasure, I get pleasure. This is a very sexy card. So the fantasy is theming up here. Big spender, Venus in the 2nd house, money flow. Okay, so what is their secret fantasy of you? Well, they want you to make a physical transformation. Similar to the one before, this is about somebody wanting you to make the first change. In this one, it's specific to 8th house endeavors, which has a lot to do with maybe your sexual appetite, or maybe certain things that you've tried in the bedroom that you haven't tried in the bedroom. So they want you to have a makeover in the terms of how you perceive and accept your sexual appetite. Now, the pink water card is a very sexy card. When I give pleasure, I get pleasure. So clearly they want you to give pleasure here. They want you to go down on them. They want you to stop whatever it is that you're doing. They want you to be the giver in this sexual makeover that you're having, right? So maybe there's certain things that you're not doing in the sexual, platform. Maybe there's certain things that they want you to expand upon, right? And with the money card, I think this is interesting because this is speaking to actually buying materialistic things. So this might even be like, maybe you want to amp up your costume in the bedroom. Maybe you want to find some sexy lingerie, or maybe even some more daring costuming that would make things more exciting in the bedroom. So the message here really is for you to kind of take a step forward in being the igniter, okay? And that's that message. We're moving on to the third deck, which is this bright white highlighter. And the question is, what is their fantasy of you? And so if you chose the third deck, this right here would be your answer. The first reveals card is the Queen of Sensuality. The second one is the Model. Very interesting. And then the third one is going to be the Siren, amping up your prowess. Okay, so there is a strong appreciation that is happening with this person who fantasizes about you. Okay, they see you as already on top of your game. They see you as being maybe their ultimate sexual fantasy. Maybe there's even this sense of that you're better than them, because this is a Venus and Taurus card. So this is high worth, high value. And so answering the question of this person fantasizing about you, they see you as maybe out of their league in a lot of ways. And so this might be somebody that's unassuming, someone that you might not actually be in a relationship with. That it's not necessarily the case. This could be the person you're with, and if they're with you, then maybe they feel like they're not good enough. But if this is somebody that you don't know, then it might be somebody that you would never guess. Okay, in the Venus in the first house model, the fantasy is really coming strong here and saying that they may have taken pictures of you. It's very possible that you do not know about this, or you do. They want you to be their model. So the fantasy is having you maybe even on their walls, placing pictures of you on the walls, pictures of your body parts in their phone as a collection. They really aspire to love your body. Venus in Sagittarius, the Siren. Again, a high appreciation card, okay? This card is actually connected to the character Jessica Rabbit. I really feel like this person wants you to notice them. Because the Siren card is amping up your prowess. So their fantasy is that you would be the one to go after them. And this seems to be a overall message of all three of the decks, is that the fantasy is about you taking charge. Okay, the final deck here is the shadow deck, eyeshadow deck. And this one is really the fourth deck. And so we are going to uncover the message here. What is their fantasy about you? The coquette, hot and cold seduction. Okay, so this is a play off of dominance and submission. And so a lot of the fantasy here is going to be about that. Venus direct sugar. Okay, so every single fantasy is about you taking charge, okay? Because Venus direct card is about being the assertive one. And here we have another pretty negative card in the sense that it's about a breakup, okay? So when we put these together, I'm seeing a fantasy that, you know, they actually fantasize about playing this aggressive and then submissive game with you. And this might be somebody who's already doing this and you don't realize it. Maybe they come on really strong and then they pull back and, you know, wait for you to make the moves. The coquette card is very mysterious. It's a Venus and Scorpio card. It's very seductive, but it's also like you can't really tell what's going on, okay, because of the mystery here. The sugar card speaks of things being light, things being fun, but things being direct. So I sense here that this is a fantasy about talking to one another, maybe even writing messages, text messages, or, you know, phone calls, poems, a song, something that has to do with a direct message, because Venus direct is the sugar card, and it's about sweetness, it's about kindness, it's about high flirtations. So they really are just fantasizing that you might write a sexy message to them. Now, the breakup may mean that either you are breaking up with somebody, but what I'm really picking up is that they fantasize that they could break up with the person that they're with, possibly. They might be somebody that's in an unhappy relationship. It may also indicate like maybe you are in a business situation that might cause for you to break up. So I'm getting a work situation. Maybe you guys work together. Maybe this fantasy playing out would cause for a breakup at work. So thank you guys for tuning in to the What Is Their Fantasy About You. This is my first time trying this out and I really thought it would be fun. So let me know, give me feedback, and I'll see you in the next video.